Broadcasting
There you
and
go.
recording.
Ready?
Got it?
I
It
just,
says click start broadcasting and then recording.
yep, it started already. Okay, we're going. Y'all ready? Here we go. Hi. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are live here on Philly Hot Radio Station. My name is Showtime the Hype Man, along with my co-host, Dr. Rock. And also we have a new rising star on this panel here. We're going to introduce her. But first, I'd like Dr. Rock to introduce herself to the audience.
Good morning. This is Dr. Rock in the house from Philly Hot Radio. I hope you enjoyed the show today. Whisper while you work.
Also, I'm going to introduce Sharon. And Sharon, someone new, never really got a chance to really elaborate with her a lot, but I believe I felt her energy. Anything we do on this radio station is about energy. So Sharon, won't you introduce the fans and those who are watching around the world to participate on Philly Hot Radio Whisper while you work. So talk a little bit about you and who you are.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. Hi, my name is Sharon, and I'm just really honored to be here today with Dr. Rock and Mikhail, the Hype Man, on Philly Hot Radio. I love to travel. I love to laugh, and I'm just a all-around fun, easygoing person.
You mean easygoing?
Yes.
Very easygoing.
So you mean, so how long you been into broadcasting, or this is your first time really doing something in this nature live on Philly Hot Radio Station before, or do you have any experience that maybe you can tell your audience and those who never heard of you, or just a little bit about who you are and those who are about to tune in?
Okay. Well, this is my first time doing this professionally, but oftentimes I go out on the street and just do my little Facebook Live interviews, man on the street type things. And it's usually kind of funny. Like, I mean, I'll go up to perfect strangers and they'll actually let me interview them. So that's one of the things that I do. I'm an actress. I've been acting for about 5 years now. I'm a world traveler, and I actually have my own travel business.
Wow.
Wow. Which one of the places that you booked it for traveling for someone?
Well, one of the places that I have booked so far is Orlando, Florida, and it was a 5-day trip and airfare, and my friends, they totally enjoyed it because they got a serious discount, so who wouldn't want to travel for a discount?
Well, good. So you got a little bit about Sharon, who she is. She's traveled. She's an actor. She didn't tell y'all she worked for the Philadelphia School District. I hope that's appropriate. Also, she do many, many, many tasks, and so I'm so grateful for you to be on this show on Philly Hot Radio. Whisper why you work. Also, for those who like to call in, what is the phone number, Dr. Rock?
Oh, it's 484-477-6348.
Can you
So call us. Could you call 484-477-6348?
Okay, so those who like to call, we have 3 topics, and we want to share our audience our topics. Dr. Rott's going to be talking about fashion and the different types of fashion, that those who are in the industry that like clothes, those who like dressing, and also the way that a lady should dress and a man should dress. We've been seeing a lot of clothes with men's are wearing dresses that I feel that it's not appropriate for men to dress and promote that type of fashion. Also, Sharon's going to talk about bullying. I don't know a lot of people understand how bullying can be a disease that can carry on you secretly and not really telling someone for years that someone bully you.
Yes.
And then also we have another topic that we're going to be sharing with our audience positive energy. It's important that we understand where positive energy come from. How do we find it? Or do we really understand what is positive energy? So, Dr. Rock,
Yes.
this
Yes.
is you.
Yes.
Fashion is one of your things. This topic, also this show is called Star Stinger Banner. So show your explosive about the industry of fashion and talk about different fashion. Talk about clothes, styling for men, women. What is appropriate in the fashion for you at work? What is appropriate in fashion for different environments? Go ahead and tell the audience.
Well, I chose how fashion changed when, from now, from back in the day, which was actually in the 60s to, what's this, 2019? Actually, like, for example, bell bottoms.
Bell bottoms.
They came out. Are they out now? I mean, people wearing them now. Aren't they back?
I don't know.
I think they're back. Are they back?
Possibly.
Yes, I think they are. I see them all the time. I see people in bell bottoms. I see polka dots. Remember polka dots?
I remember
back in the
polka
day?
dots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Plaid.
That's another fashion
Yes,
is out?
yes.
Okay.
Plaid. People wear plaid, so that's another fashion is out. And I believe that if you're going to look great, you have to actually be classy with it, and that goes with, younger woman, older woman, and that just, you just have to have a little class with it. And with me, I feel like, when I go out the house, I like to look nice, because not just I'm looking at myself, everybody, the whole world's looking at you. So you want to, you want to just go in there and say, look, I got this on today, and you want to feel good about what you're wearing, and you want to just understand that, certain things you can't wear that's not good, and certain girls might not look good, or certain things that you wear that girls or men may not look good in.
But Dr. Rock, can I ask you a question? And Sharon can piggyback on this.
Okay.
I saw that when men's are wearing pocketbooks in NBA, I have saw rappers wearing pocketbooks. Where did that fashion that males are wearing pocketbooks, do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing? But I think it's a bad thing when I see men's are carrying purses like a woman, and then you got a woman carrying a purse. That's kind of throwing mixed feelings, and I believe that the European other countries are trying to push different styles of fashion and a culture in the Afro-American community. Can you discuss what do you think is appropriate for man fashion and women fashion? Because we see a lot of tight stuff on these men's, and I don't understand it. But maybe because I'm not into fashion, maybe you can help us explain to our viewers real quick about that.
We know what that's it's to each his own, because I feel, if some men might just have on their, might carry a purse, they might not want a wallet because wallet's smaller, you know what I mean? But so they might want something bigger. So I really don't think it's nothing wrong with it, but not a pocketbook per se. I think it's maybe some men might have.
You talking about the crutch?
Yes.
The clutch.
Yes.
Like Superfly. Does Superfly have a clutch?
Yes.
Do y'all remember?
So,
did Superfly have a clutch?
Yes.
Superfly might have. Superfly had a lot of stuff going on. Okay? Superfly was different. So
She said
Yes.
Superfly had a
So
lot
I
of
don't
stuff.
think that,
Superfly.
my thought, because I'm not here to judge, because I believe that to each his own. I mean, some people just like to carry it, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, as long as you don't, go down the street with a pink pocketbook, as a man, I don't think that looks good.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it. Like I said, I'm not here to judge anyone about it, but if that's what they want to do, that's what they'll do.
So let me ask you a question. What made you to come live on Philly Hot Radio and want to talk about fashion? What made you bring this topic up about fashion? Even though I know that you're a type of person that go to fashion, you're a model show. Tell people a little bit of shows that you did with fashion. Even she looks young, don't she, ladies and gentlemen? I'm not going to tell her age, but she's young in the fashion world. She talked about your condition, your exercising, keeping yourself up in your young age. This lady right here, Mr. Doc Rock, has showed that you can still fashion. For those who 40, 50, 45 years old, 35, even the young people, Dr. Rock has demonstrating what it is about fashion. Also, fashion is very important because we all like different clothes. Real quick to get, so before we can get on, but just talk real quick about your inspiration. Why are you still dedicated to modeling and fashion?
Because I love I love clothes.
Okay.
And I love to dress up and look nice when I go out. So and then I decided to model because I felt like before I get too old, because I feel like I'm still young. I'm still healthy and everything. So
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
I heard that.
What do you think?
Walking hills.
Pretty young.
Okay.
Yes, but the hill thing. Everybody asks me like because I know I can say it on air because I'm not ashamed of it. I'm 57 years of age.
Come on. Hear what she just said, ladies and gentlemen.
I can talk about, it's okay to wear, heels. I mean, if you can still wear them up to their age, that's a wonderful thing. Because some people just don't. They say, "Oh no, I can't do that. I can't wear heels. Oh my goodness, I can't. I'm coming out of them." I always wear heels. Even my husband told me you need good sneakers on sometimes.
That's me.
And I say, well, I will.
That means you're a lady at all times.
Yes.
Well, what I was trying to ask you, what make you want to be in the industry, and then we're going to get off this subject. But I just want to get the audience to know that why you still lean on to fashion and modeling and getting opportunity to be in movies and commercials and all this stuff and all the opportunity, because I see that Dr. Rock is definitely a very humble person in the fashion, but she's coming out now, and this is her year. But real quick to our audience, then what the number they can call up if they want to talk about it?
If you want to talk about it, you can call at 484-477-6348. Again, 484-477-6348.
Those are people that like to call up, and she gave a little brief about fashion and why she's into fashion. We talked about polka dots. We talked about the bell bottom. We talked about men's wearing pocketbook. Is that suitable for men's to wear pocketbooks during fashion? So we talked about a lot of things in the industry of Paris and why so many white models are getting more plays than more Afro-American sisters. Sharon, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Well, one of the things I think is because of the false standards of beauty. A lot of times that's held up as the standard of beauty, and unfortunately that's just not the reality. We have beautiful black women, beautiful women of all colors, but for some reason that's the standard that society adheres to, and I think it's a very unfair one. I don't agree with it. I think that everybody should be able to be afforded the opportunity. I mean, I understand that everything isn't for everybody, and that's one thing, but being one race doesn't make you less qualified.
Sharon, what about women that's overweight and still beauty and inside they spirit and still like dressing because of the weight size, and what people think that how a person should be when it comes to weight and heavy women? Can you demonstrate or just tell us a little bit real quick before we get off here?
Right. Well, that's another misconception that's out there, that you have to be a size 2 to be successful. There are people who are a size 2, and there are people who are size 22 are successful. And a lot of times I hear people say, "Oh, she's size 14, she's size 22, whatever. She shouldn't wear that." But my thing is, okay, if you're saying that she shouldn't wear that, then why is it that nobody has a problem with the woman that is wearing something at size 2?
Wow.
I just don't see that being fair.
Well, what we're going to do, we're going to allow Roxanne to close this fashion. This is one of her topics. This is something that she wants. So any closing, and this before the viewers can call up, do you have anything to say before we get off on this topic, Dr. Rock?
When Sharon was talking about women in different sizes, I believe every woman is beautiful.
Yes.
And I compliment every woman because God didn't make any mistakes. He
No,
didn't
he
make any
didn't.
mistakes.
Nope.
And my thing is, every woman should always, keep your head up high, and when you dress classy,
Come on.
and you just keep it, hey, you have to do this, you have to go to work, whatever you have to do, you always should just dress classy, because guess what? Everybody looks at class.
Okay.
So
Well,
we do
that was well put. So, I want to thank Dr. Rock for introducing that topic. This is what we're going to do. You can call up and give them the phone number to call again.
The phone number is 484
484
477
477
6348.
6348. You can call in the Philly Hot radio station, Whisper Why You Work. Also, this is our new panel. Sharon is excited. I'm excited to have her here. I want our fans to know that she have a topic that Sharon want to share with our audience. And I asked her a question about bullying. A lot of people maybe understand that bullying is a disease too that can carry on for a long time, and you can look for a mate or someone that's a physical contraction and take an abuse when it comes to bullying. Then you have women that can be bullying their husband by cutting them, fighting them. So, Sharon, talk about bullying. Why did you brought that topic up? And talk about your experience about bullying and why you want the audience on Philly Hot Radio, along with Whisper Why You Work, and our audience about bullying.
Okay, the reason why I chose bullying as my subject, because it's a subject that is near and dear to my heart. And I think a lot of people may not know that as a child, I was bullied horribly from elementary school all the way up to high school. And I think because I'm fun-loving, I'm always laughing and joking, and I'm, sometimes people may not know that about me. And it was a very painful experience. I was harassed horribly. I was chased. I was beat up. So many different things. And people don't understand how that has an effect on you, even as an adult. Oftentimes people say, oh, things happened years ago. You should get over it. But it's not an easy thing to get over it. I'll give you an example. Like about a month ago, I got on a bus, and a guy who used to bully me was the bus driver. And I was just like, oh, my God. So I literally backed up and got off the bus. I thought I was over it, but I was like, oh, my gosh. Every now and then that comes up. And I think people need to talk to their children about bullying. One of the things that a lot of parents do, they tell their children, oh, you better not come home crying, because if you don't beat their behind, I'm going to beat your behind. That's not necessarily a good thing to tell children. That's why a lot of children suffer in silence, because they're afraid that they're going to be ridiculed. It's bad enough you're getting ridiculed by children in school, school children and strangers, but to have your own parent.
Let me ask you a question, and Dr. Rock and Pity back on this. That bothers me when I hear people getting bullied, and it bothers me that we're not aware what is going on in society, especially in the black community. We don't talk about bully policy. We hear more Caucasians and more other culture talks about bullying. But it comes a time that you are here for a reason to express over the years, because I look at you, well-sized lady, and it started at elementary school, maybe what I'm saying.
Yes.
And I don't know your situation at home, but you carry that bully policy and was intimidated by a female or a guy that saw that and they kept doing it.
Yep.
But mostly people that bully people are really cowards. Once you bark back, all this time that I let them do that,
Yeah. I
And,
know.
and when you got that power from that God of your understanding, that day when you was in the cafeteria, or maybe you was in the hallway,
Right.
or maybe when you broke that fear and you had to come out and your palms were kind of wet, and I understand where you're coming from.
Right.
So that Billy thing is a very powerful thing, and it's a disease, ain't it?
It
Is
is.
it a
It
disease?
is.
Yes. Mhm.
It is, and one of the things I think that helped me from not just totally falling apart or having a nervous breakdown is I started to think, okay, you know what? It's something wrong with them.
Right.
You know, it's not me. I feel bad. Like, you know, maybe they had a hard life. You know, maybe somebody did something to them. And so if I had not got that like in my psyche, in my head, then there's no telling. You know, I might have been running around in the woods somewhere. You just don't know.
Wow.
Right.
Dr. Rock,
Yes.
do you have any experience or any piggyback where Sharon is talking about Billy, or do you have any concept? But also, we can get home and have control parents can be a Billy
Right.
and don't even know they Billy and their children and control. A father can be a guy that can control his family, but not allowing his kids or his children to really to grow up and try to control. And I have noticed that mostly men's and women that want to control things are really suffering somewhere. So, Roxanne, Dr.
Yes.
Rock,
Yes.
talk a little bit about your maybe a little experience you go. I don't know, you've been Billy. Look like you in the gym, and I don't think nobody gonna mess with it.
Right.
Roxanne.
Oh, no,
Okay, go ahead. Because you
well-
got long hair and girls might think you soft.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit,
But
Rock,
no,
Dr. Rock.
No, but I have talked to people who have been bullied. No, I really haven't experienced bullying myself. You know, you might. I just know being in the schools. You know, if kids come up to you and tell you that they were bullied, I think you should always either let someone know,
That's good, yeah.
write it up, because sometimes you don't understand it. Sometimes these kids commit suicide, and that's really hard. You know, hard for kids to deal with if nobody's there to listen to them
Right.
or talk about them getting bullied and everything. But I heard people come to me and tell me this person is a bully. That person is a bully. And I'm like, wow. I said, what makes you think they're bullied? Oh, because they just keep messing with me. Me. I mean, I'm like, what you mean by messing with you? Well, I told them I didn't do certain things, and then they still want to mess with me. I just don't understand. So, to just, talk about what you were saying, I think that's a good subject, because bullying can be very, very hard on people. Kids think, oh, well, I'm not good enough. I'm not this because this person's bullying me. I'm not. This is the way the children start thinking after a while. And that's not the way it is, but that's the way they'll start thinking, because the bully have them thinking that they're no good, or they certain, maybe they'll talk about their size, or maybe they'll talk about something they're wearing today. That's why I was so glad when they came out with uniforms.
Okay, hold on. We got a caller. Just push the caller. Hi, welcome to Philly 100 Radio. Whisper while you wait. Caller, this is your call. Who is it?
Hi, it's Aisha. How are you? Calling in again.
How you doing?
Hi.
How are you?
Yes, I'm good. And you? Good morning, everyone.
Good
Good
morning.
This is the best radio station in the world.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Oh,
Wanted to tune in and show some love and let y'all know that everyone loves our radio station. This show is phenomenal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. What topic made you want to call us, even though you're supporting us, and we really appreciate your phone calls, that you're participating. What topic that you heard so far between the fashion and the billion? What made you want to give a call to our viewers and our audience?
Because bullying, it doesn't start when you're just a kid. You could be an adult and still be being bullied. I've been
Yes.
being bullied by someone for a while now, a couple of months now, and it's not good. And to me, I always feel like as we're supposed to be each other's sisters, not each other's demise.
Yes.
Meaning, you don't supposed to tear down someone just to make yourself feel good. We're supposed to uplift and encourage one another and show us all that we are beautiful and that we could do so much together if we take time to be a team instead of each other enemy. Like I always tell women, I'm not your enemy, I'm your sister.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
You know, I'm glad you.
Powerful.
Amazing things can happen when women come together and appreciate each other and network and build. So many amazing things can happen.
Well, I want to thank you for that, and we really appreciate you calling in and continue to help us make Philly Hot Radio Station one of the #1 internet shows, along with on YouTube channel and along with Facebook Live, Whisper While You at Work. Thank you for calling in, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So, we heard audience called up and talked about women's are building each other too. And I've been knowing that in the other communities, these women's want a man and say they got a man, then they get a girl that want to control them. Most of them are fighting and think abuse is love. Abuse is not love.
No, not at all.
So before we close, we have a phone number that those who are watching us can call up. Give them the phone numbers. They can hear you clear.
484-477-6348.
We can't hardly hear you.
484-477-6348.
So this is your part of the time you can call. So I want to thank you, Sharon, for bringing that topic up and expressing your feelings more about Billy and your experience over the years. And we're going to definitely talk more about Billy and because it's important that we shared, and also fashion about people don't have clothes, kids. I'm grateful for this Philadelphia School District and other charter schools have tried to, with mostly children are not able to buy clothes, and I'm glad that we made a decision in Pennsylvania and around the world, and I hope that they have charter schools and kids and pay attention, because a lot of people are not fortunate. Go ahead, Sharon.
Right, and you know what? That is a good thing. And another good thing about having uniforms, a lot of people can't afford the uniforms because some of them tend to be costly. But in the majority of the schools, they actually have uniforms there for people who can't afford to buy them, where they can actually go into the office and actually get them.
Right.
So that's good.
That's good.
Okay, so we talked about fashion, we talked about billion, and I want to talk about positive energy.
Yes.
The reason why that I brought that topic up, because I've been going around different places and I'm learning how to pick up signs and early on signs. A lot of us go years and years without picking up signs of energy level. This year in 2019 is a universe year of positive energy. And the only way that we're going to survive to have good health, it's important that we surround ourselves around positive energy. And a lot of people around lack of energy, and they wonder why they can't do nothing. They wonder why they sit on the side of their bed. They wonder why they in toxic situation. See, positive energy is inside of you, but what happened, we've been around non-energy all our life. So we become used to dry energy. Over the years, I've been watching my community and seeing so many murders and killing and jealousy and resentment talking about each other because we never learned how to bring positive energy.
Right.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Right.
my name is Showtime. I am the hype man. We're about to go somewhere that you've never been before, live on Philly Hot Radio, Whisper While You Work. It's my job, it's my duty as the host, along with my co-host, Dr. Rock,
Yes.
and along with the new Miss Sharon has introduced us live on Philly Hot Radio. We're going to be talking a little more about positive energy because we're about to go around the world on YouTube channel, along with Facebook Live. I've been studying, reading, sitting outside and watching energy level. I was sharing a story with my wife. I don't want to be in marriage because we pay bills and I'm waiting for your pension money, your Social Security. We hook up based on paying bills and living in the same household, but it's not about that anymore. It's about having positive energy. The reason why I have Dr. Rock on my left side and the reason why I have Sharon here, we are trying to formulate positive energy. And those who work for people, work for manager, if you have a manager or have a boss that has negative energy, it tweaks down in the workforce, it tweaks down in the entertainment business, it tweaks down in the school system, it tweaks down in political arena, and those who are politicians, it tweaks down if you have a doctor that really loves his patient and he has an energy level to really go beyond finding out what's wrong with you.
That's right.
We have a lot of men's and brothers and women's in penitentiary, and they there, and now they're around so much toxic energy. We are live here today and hoping that those who are watching us around the world, I want to show you something and introduce my callers, those who are going to call in. I found a way how to stay younger, how to treat your heart, your kidneys, your lung, and how to treat people better. I have seen over the years in my community, it's no positive energy. Everybody are against each other. Everybody's always trying to outdo. Fashion is a major role how we do things. If you got a Gucci bag, and half of y'all don't have $800 to put in it, but you want to show up with the bag. Everything you do, you got the bag. It's the bag. Right. Along with billion. How men's and women's, they use their boldness and run women's are scared to death where the man has dominated them in their household, and you don't have the heart, but you beat them by developing positive energy. I'm telling my audience today and those who are watching us live on YouTube and those who are watching us on Facebook Live, Twitter, we need y'all to help us to build Philly Hot Radio Morning Show from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning. I'm excited at the opportunity that God has allowed each and every one of us to be different. My panel is different. Dr. Rock, along with Sharon, and guess me, Showtime the Hype Man. Do y'all really know what energy means? And those who are taking medication, those who are suffering with sickness, and those who maybe been molested as a child, those who maybe never told nobody, the men that maybe been molested as a child, and they are bringing negative energy out to kill and murder another brother because they think they tough. Because what happened to them. We need more positive energy to go around the world and the universe. We have too many negative leadership, too many negative things are going around, and nobody is identifying why we are destroying and bringing jealous situation in a relationship. A lot of y'all don't do research in your relationship, and you wonder why you picking up a jealous man, a negative woman, a person that never been explored. And what happened, it's electric in your body. And what happened, we got away from that instant gratification. See, you got to go back with that instant. So, Dr. Rock, and along with Sharon, I'm going to ask y'all, have you ever heard people talk about positive energy? Do you hear people talk about energy level in their conversation? What do you get out, Dr. Rock, about positive energy and tell our audience? And our audience, you can call up and ask us some questions that would maybe what I said, maybe what Dr. Rock about to say, and along with Sharon. So, Dr. Rock.
Well, well, for positive, I mean, I think positive energy is wonderful to have positive energy, because negative, it just doesn't work. And I'm gonna tell you, even in your job situation, I always said if the boss has good attitude,
Come on.
okay, and you know, you ever hear that saying, you treat flies with honey or something? You know, you heard that saying before. You get better results. So I just feel like if you come up with positive energy when you start things off, it will always continue to be positive.
Wow.
But my thing is, some people are not positive. And, you know, they can work on, you know, I'm sure they can work on being positive, but some people are just don't have it in them.
How do you get rid of positive, negative people that they've been going around for years, but they never see it in them? How do you eliminate that, and how do you identify what is positive energy in your experience of coming up? And I know you experienced some negative and positive, even in family. Is so negative towards anything you do, even with me and having family members. Real quick, what experience you have with positive energy versus negative energy?
Well, with my experience, I mean, far as I think with me being positive all the time, I try to, you know, I'm not perfect, but I try to be positive all the time with family, friends, because I want them to, you know, go ahead and do good things in life. You know, so I try to give them a positive energy from me, you know, that, okay, you know, you can do it. You can do it. Don't think you can't do it. Don't say never, because you can do it. You know, so I let them know all the time, like I always said to my son, be better than me.
Come on.
Be better than me. If I was negative towards him, I would have said to him, no, I don't want you to be negative to me. I want to be better than you. But that's negativity. That's being negative. You have to be positive in everything you do in life. Because if you're not, things are going to crumble. Everything will crumble. Even if you're in a job, if you're in a community, if you're around people, you're around friends, it wouldn't work. Wow. You know, so I just say this for myself. I try to stay positive because, first of all, who I'm serving the high almighty. So if I'm not positive, then I'm not going to have no good luck in life.
I like that.
So you know, that's why I feel like that is very important to be positive. I like that you brought that topic up because a lot of people are not positive, and I just hope that they work on being more positive. And you know, it depends on the person's personality, too. You have different people with different personalities. Okay. Some people just don't want to see you get anywhere. They want to see you right there where they met you. They want you to stay right there. Some people want you to go higher. Some people don't want you to go nowhere.
That is correct.
So, you know, so all I say is, you know, only thing I can think of in my life is I just pray on it, you know, and hopefully that people would be positive.
Okay, Sharon, so anything you have to talk to our audience about positive energy, and how did you overcome, because you talked about billion,
Right.
and billion was one of your key points, and it came a time that you came positive about it, learned how. So tell the audience about your positive impact. And how do you change from the negative into the positive and bring that energy level? Because billion can be a very low energy level.
Yes,
how did you come to rise up and come to be positive about your energy level?
Well, what I had to do was I had to realize that when I met people, that everyone wasn't negative, I had to self-evaluate myself and make sure that the energy that I wasn't putting out was negative, and saying that it was the other person being negative because I had my defenses up. Sometimes people will have their defenses up and they have a wall up, so they'll project their actual feelings and thoughts onto someone else and say, oh, well, this person is so negative and they're so whatever, and it's actually not that person, it's actually them. So that's one of the things I had to do, was I had to sit back and think, okay, is it me? Is it that person, you know? And also having to change the way you think, because like that saying goes, if you don't change the way you think, you're not going to change the way you act, because if you think it's okay to be a certain way, then you're going to be okay with it. So if you think it's okay to knock people, be negative all the time, then, you know, I could tell you don't do that. I can tell you 999 million times to infinity that that's not right. But if you are not changing your thought pattern, then you're not going to hear it. You're not hearing me.
You're saying that, Sharon, that it's in the thought process.
Definitely.
And and I don't mean to cut you off. I just want to piggyback because as me being a host, it's important for me to bring it out of you.
Oh, yeah.
I read something about anything you do for 30 seconds, you give it power. And a lot of people wake up with negative, not positive energy. And what happened, that thought would sneak in. You ever know the first thing you wake up and a negative spirit wakes up? And you have to learn how to delete it.
Right.
And I had to practice delete. If God want me to go to the next level and be positive, I have to delete it. Right. So that's a very good thing you said. The thought process is very powerful. And the mind, because we see people in the streets of the city of Philadelphia, where we at Philly Hot Radio, Whisper While You Wake. It's important that we're seeing people mentally stirred because they came in an environment not identified because the household was negative and the parents did not identify the spirit of energy level inside the household, and we went years and years, and what happened, the mind can be like an explosive, and what happened is it can take us in a whole new level of thinking, and we go around for years being negative towards decent human being. And I truly believe that Sharon and Dr. Rock and me are different, genuine people, and we all have faced negativeness in our life. But when we realize that we grow and we learn how to deal with it, because that's when I know that Sharon is different, Dr. Rock is different, I'm different. We are live here on Philly Hot Radio Station, along with Whisper While You at Work. So, this is your time to call up. We need people to support this morning show. I know a lot of y'all watching us, viewing us. Only way we're going to be successful, you have to tune in on YouTube channel. It's important that you call. It's important. This is a marketing thing that we're doing to build up our views on YouTube channel. It's important that you understand that we're not going to be successful unless y'all participate and help us out to build what we are building. It takes people. I was talking about business. Nobody business successful. And the reason why black folks do grand opening, grand closing, we do not support each other. We have a lot of people on this radio station. We have people that's viewing us. We've been putting stuff out on Facebook, Instagram, and I know that Sharon told some people, I told some people, and we sit here and y'all looking at us because we about to take off, but we're not worried about it because we are grateful. So, this is your time to ask us some questions. So, Dr. Rock, give them the phone number again.
477-6348. Again, 484-477-6348.
So what she said was, those who didn't hear her, 484-477-6348. So This is the part that we can sit back and relax. We throw it out there to the public. I think we did a great job, and we talked about 3 topics. So, Dr. Rock, as my co-host, and I'm so glad that I picked you, and I'm really excited that you are growing, and I'm seeing that you're really getting comfortable in doing what you're doing.
Yes.
I never knew that we all be doing this, and what give you the motivation to doing what we're doing on Philly Hot Radio, Whisper While You Work, and doing something special? What did God tell you, and what do you feel that what you can do to help our morning show to make it better, and giving different types of topic to our audience? This is a new show. We have a lot of talk shows.
Right.
What can we do to draw more audience to go and get a phone? Wait. Hello, you're live on Philly Hot Radio. Whisper while you wait. Good morning, caller. What's your name?
Good morning. This is Nicole. Hey,
Oh, hello. How are you? Oh, listen.
are there for you to be like us black folks say positive towards each other and supporting each other.
Right.
We need to do better, and that's why I called it
Yes.
lead by example.
Yes.
Sit back and watch people try to succeed in order to help them to win.
Yes.
I know this all too well, this personal.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to congratulate you guys on the show.
Oh.
It's my first time, and then I just happen to be walking and working out. Wow.
Oh, that is so nice.
Wow, I like
Thank
that.
you
Thank
so
you.
much for calling. I really appreciate that.
So what?
I'm working, so I can always tune into the radio, but I'm not working.
Yes. Yes.
So ask her what made her.
I listened to the show. I heard some
Yeah.
very valid points about bullying,
Yes.
about fashion and being just loving you and being feeling that you're beautiful inside and out regardless,
Yes.
and carrying yourself that way
Yes.
with whatever you're wearing and being classy with it.
Yes. Yes. Now,
So, you know, I think all 3 was good topics. Bullying,
yes.
definitely a very serious topic.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
They talked recently about young people
Yes.
committing suicide. The younger the learning.
Hmm. Now, what made you? What topic really stood out to you? What topic stood out to you?
I would say positive energy, because that kind of links entire
Yes. Yes.
energy heals us to make positive decisions,
Mm-hmm.
treat people decently,
Yes.
respect people, support people,
Yes.
each other.
Yeah.
And I think it just ties it all in. We have to have a positive mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Support me or not support me. I'm going to focus on the circle of people who are about building each other up
Yeah.
Yep.
and having positive energy.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of separate from the negative.
Yes.
The negative.
That's right.
I think that's what has to be done.
That's
When you
right.
Smile and keep it moving.
Yes.
Hi,
Wow.
this is Showtime, the hype man,
Yes.
and I'd like to thank you personally.
Yes.
And when we do topics, we go to the positive energy universe to bring it down among the people on this earth. What do you feel that, even though it's a lot of morning show, what can we do to better ourselves to help the audience and those who are watching? Because we are great watchers, but we don't participate. We just look. So what can we do? And I'm asking you because I respect what you did said, and anybody that exercise has a great IQ of aiming for someone. And I really appreciate it because I exercise, and I
Yes,
believe
that's
that
important.
we know that's important. So real quick, what do you think that what we are doing can help to draw more people to watch us, even though a lot of us just look and look and look and just keep looking?
Right.
Sadly, I'm going to say honestly, I don't think, and I'm saying this from promoting stuff myself,
Yes.
as well as just seeing how things go for on a whole for everyone that's doing things.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really too much you can do to make a person support you.
Right.
We can lead by example.
Yes.
We can support each other.
Yes.
Yep.
Show people this is how it's done. Some people don't realize if you share something, you like something, you're doing it. All that is a form of supporting.
Yep.
Right. Right.
So if you're listening into the show like I was, I didn't realize you guys get, you know, the main thing for you guys is to meet people That means I should call in if I'm able to. Now, some people might not be able to.
Yes.
Work.
Yes.
But
Mm-hmm.
they're professional. Just like I'm walking
Mm-hmm.
and I was able to,
Yes.
I made a point to say, hey, it's not going to kill me to call in.
There you go.
There you go.
That person is sitting there doing nothing, just listening.
Yes.
Right.
Maybe
They-
they're shy. Maybe they don't feel that they have anything they can say.
Mm.
But the whole thing is the worst thing that you can do is not say anything. Anything said is better than nothing.
That's
That
right.
is correct.
Yes.
That's correct.
And hey, just
Mhm.
call in and say, hey, love the topic you talked about.
There you
Mhm.
go.
Yeah.
Well,
That was,
Simple as that.
yeah.
So
tell you
Yes.
want to thank you. Tell you want to thank you.
Mhm.
and just let them know. Just call and say you love the show because that helps y'all get better.
Yes.
Yes.
Cost anything.
Yes, it doesn't cost you right. And we thank you so much for calling in, and we appreciate your all your compliments, and we appreciate you letting us know, what you feel. So we just want to thank you and thank you and thank you.
You're welcome. And again, congratulations, this show, and I will be checking it out when I get a chance, because I like what y'all were talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
All
Thanks.
right. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
We want to thank our caller for calling in, and it's important that we understand that. And, we are definitely going to be working harder to build this morning show, and it all starts from one day at a time. We know that it's important that when you are building something positive, and it's important that we have positive energy. It's important that we conduct ourselves outside the radio show
Right.
to the public because people are going to be watching us.
Yes.
And it's important that we come every day to go live on YouTube channel. It's important that y'all tune in the YouTube channel. This is how we get our views. This is how we get people to buy commercial and marketing. No one has never taught us how to help each other. We've been taught how to go after us on our mistakes. And Sharon, can you real quick, when you ever know how our folks will go after you and one thing wrong, but they forget about all the things you do? Do you have any stories like that, Sharon, that you can share real quick?
Well, I mean, just in general, people will do that where, you do like you said, one thing wrong. Like you may make a mistake and forget to call somebody or do something, and then they're like all on your back. And that one time that you do that, or they ask you for help, and that one time that you didn't help them, then the world ends. But they don't remember the 999,000 times that you did help them, that you did say yes, and just that one time you said no, it's a catastrophe, and that shouldn't be.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Wow.
ridiculous. I
Wow.
think.
So right.
Dr. Rock, do you have any experience on where we talked about this is positive energy and what the caller said about supporting? And I remember you used to tell me a lot of time that you would support buy tickets and offer people, but you would not get the same with other people. And I heard your story, and I heard that you're crying. This is your chance and your opportunity on Philly Hot Radio, YouTube Live. Around the world. We're around the world, and they're watching us around the world. So what experience, because I heard you, what do you do to how to let that go but keep moving?
Well, I learned to let it go because I just feel like if people are not going to support you, they're just not going to support you. But it's okay. I look at it now like it's okay. But it's not okay, but it's okay. The reason why I say that, because I don't do what others do to me.
There
Okay.
you go. I do the same thing.
I have learned to not do what others do to me. I have supported people and don't even and can't go. For example, okay, could you bless someone else with this ticket?
Right.
I might, buy the ticket, but I want you to bless another person with the ticket. Okay, I'm a donate because I want to. I want to see you prosper. I don't want to see anyone fall on their head, or I want to see people prosper. And I'm not just talking about. I'm talking about any nationality that I come in contact with. I like to see you prosper, because you know what? To me, God didn't put us on this earth for us to be negative, to do negative things. He put us on here to be to prosper. So my thing in my heart, I just feel like, no, it hurts. It hurts. It do hurt when people don't, you support them and they don't support you back. Especially, some people say, family more so, but no, it's
That's
not just
another
family,
topic right
it's not-
there.
it's
A
just
whole
not just-
nother.
That's
whole
another topic.
Not just family, it's friends and family. Like it's like you go out your way to
Okay.
help others,
Okay.
and that's been my life all my life because I don't mind helping others because that's my spirit.
Okay.
And everybody knows me as helping others. They say, oh, she's always don't mind supporting. If you know a person, they'll say, oh, she'll support you in a minute. And I will, because I want to see you prosper. Like I said, I want to see you go up. I don't want to see nobody fall, and that's what I thought that they want to see in me, Yes.
Both of my panel, Dr. Co-host Dr. Rock and along with Sharon spoke some good values today,
Yes.
and we getting closer to our downing point of this show here, and I believe that this was a good show for
Yes.
me. I feel comfortable.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to thank you, Sharon,
Thank
for
you.
taking a chance on us. You didn't have to be here.
Yeah.
Thank-
And I hope
Yes.
that you come back next week with a better topic so you can feel more comfortable. When I first
Yes.
met my friend Sharon, I asked her some questions, and then she said, boy, this guy here.
Oh, no.
But for me, I have a passion. And what I'm doing, we want to have this broadcast at this time for 10 to 11 o'clock. The reason why our theme is whisper while you're at work, because we want to bring something into your home, into your job.
Yes.
We want to take this radio show live to the audience. And we have different styles, or we can do anything.
Oh, yeah.
And those who know me and has been, I am doing a new challenge. It's a new chapter in my life to do this show. I'm committed. I hope that Dr. Rock and also Sharon coming aboard, and we know that they have other jobs and other things, but I hope that we continue to stick together to build this thing together because nobody can do it without a team.
Right.
So I like to thank each and every one of y'all, those who called us. I like to thank the radio station, Philly Hot Radio, giving us their staff, them having a dream and allow us to come here to share our dream to our audience. It's important that you thank people and you be grateful for those who give you an opportunity. I've been in a lot of places and I kept wondering why I didn't fit in. I kept wondering why everything I do, they judge me. I kept wondering why I do one thing wrong, I'm out the door. And I kept saying, because I'm different.
Right.
This radio show is different.
Yes, it is.
No, we're not like the radio station that's big, and everybody started somewhere.
Yep.
And we truly believe that this is a place where we're going to build, and it's going to be one day we're going to sit back one day, and I believe Sharon be at a big radio and forget about Showtime, the hype man,
not
and I
even.
gave her an opportunity, but I know she's not like that in her
No, not
spirit.
even.
And also, I know that this is going to help Dr. Rock to do what she's doing and building her brand. And I am so grateful to continue to do what I'm doing as a host, and I'm preparing myself how to be a host.
Yes.
You have to wake up every day, whatever you got inside of you. And God has been speaking to me about the gift. And a lot of people that are watching me around the world, and those who've been enslaved, and those who have shut down and never went down in the gut and realized that they have a gift. And we allow the old saying, I got the best job, guess job. The gift will always stay with you.
Yes, it will.
And a lot of people are working and dependent on people. But God has gave y'all a gift. None of us are pastors. I don't belong to no church. None of us have went to school to do this. We are just real people, genuine people. We got a phone call. Hello, caller. This is your time. Hello, who's this? Welcome to Philly 100 Hot Radio. Hello. Okay. Well, we had somebody to call. There you go. So before we close today, real quick, a second. Sharon, tell the audience, thank them real quick.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, everybody. I would just like to say thank you for allowing me to be here today. And just remember, support doesn't cost anything.
Yes.
It's free 99. You can support us by liking, sharing, and telling everybody.
Okay,
Right.
go ahead, Dr. Rock.
And I just thank you. I do thank you for coming on and listening to us. And I thank the callers for calling up. And like Sharon said, support is very important because we need to support each other because that's how we get ahead. And sometimes that's how you get ahead, by supporting one another.
As me being Showtime the Hype Man live here on Philly Hot Radio, along with Whisper while you work. Tune in every Wednesday at 10 o'clock a.m. to 11 a.m. in the morning. We are here to put smiles and allow you to think every day how to treat yourself better. We are a positive show with positive energy. We approve this show. Stay tuned for next week, because next week's show going to be an explosive.
Hot.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you. Ladies and gentlemen, hot.
Yes, I want to say one more thing. If you would like to be a guest, also you can contact us so you can be a guest on the show.
How do they come to be a guest? What they need to do?
What you need to do is, if you want to become a guest, you can contact me. You can contact Dr. Rock, or you can contact Showtime, or you can contact Sharon if you'd like to be. And we all on Facebook, and you know.
So what you're saying, that any business,
Yeah.
doctors, lawyers, those who are going teaching things, have a new development that you want to spread, come join the show. Also, we have a commercial. You can buy commercial on our internet channel, that those who like to be on commercial, having your show live on internet on Philly Hot Radio. Stay tuned. My name is Showtime the Hype Man. Thank you for joining us.